Surprise, surprise. Coming to you live from my studio. Studio. Susie Brezuela in the place. Kimini in the place. What's up, you guys? I just want to let a few more people wander into the studio, and then we'll get this thing kicked off here. I wonder if you guys can see my see this shirt. So this is a painting. Wait, let me over here. This is a painting made by my daughter. And I had it converted into a T-shirt because I thought it was inspired, and I love it. I love it so much. All right, you guys. This is what are we calling this? What are we calling this? We're calling this Late Night with BDD. Those of you who are new and uninitiated, if you are just lurking via Twitter, it's a lot more fun if you jump in on the YouTube, because then I can actually see your comments. If you're watching on Twitter and you're making comments, I might see it in the replay, or I probably won't, but everybody here, like Esmila J, is saying, hey, everyone. Veronica Tello says, good evening. Cindy C thinks my daughter's thing is very artistic. Kimini announcing the name of the show, Late Night with BDD. Punxsutawney Mo thinks Playboy After Dark. All right, so... and thank you, Esmila J, for the reminder. If you are watching, please hit that like button. Hit the like button, whether you are watching live, or if you're watching the replay later on. So I did say I'd like to check in with you guys from time to time. Things are kind of nuts. They're nuts. You know, and not in a good nutty way. Earlier tonight, wifey and I were watching this movie with Sandra Bullock. It's called Lost City, and it stars Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum, Daniel Radcliffe, and if you don't know who Daniel Radcliffe is, Harry Potter, and Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt is in this thing as well. What's up, Aries Wanderer? And Colleen, thank you for the reminder. Anyway, this movie is a kind of a little bit of a nutty movie. Sandra Bullock plays a writer who gets kidnapped by, of all people, by Daniel Radcliffe, who is actually a pretty good actor because he does a fantastic job of acting like an asshole. Oh my God. So anyway, I'm getting to a point here, right? So wifey and I are watching this movie, and we're seeing the behavior by the villain, Daniel Radcliffe, and we're like, oh my God, what an asshole. Oh, I can't stand this guy. Right? And also, Sandra Bullock is a bit of an asshole during the movie too. And now she's the protagonist. She's the the quote unquote good guy. But she actually often plays a bit of an asshole, and I guess she likes being able to take that character arc from asshole to redeemable, But here's my point. My point is, I said things are kind of nutty right now, and not a good nutty, because we, you, me, us, we all are watching what's happening, and we are saying, oh my God, what an asshole about the bad guys, but we're also saying that about our own team. And unfortunately, as much as I hate to admit it, it is often valid. Often valid. Here's one thing that's getting on my last nerve. What's getting on my last nerve right now is the media focused so much on the prices, the inflation, and we get it. We get it. Prices are high, right? But why aren't you focusing on the fact that it is not President Biden? Hey, what's up, that damn Alaskan? I see you there. Why aren't they focusing on the fact that the inflation is not the cause of President Biden, but is the cause of, it is a variety of factors causing inflation? But the elephant in the room is that gas prices, right? Oil prices went down. But gas prices, which are directly affected by the oil prices, stayed exactly where the hell they were. Why is that? Why is that? That the oil prices went down, but the gas prices stayed exactly where the fuck they were. That's because they have no intention of bringing those down. They are using this inflation smokescreen as an excuse to jack us. They're price gouging. It is greed. It is greed. And between the assholes online who are simping and caping for big oil and our clueless media, and I'm talking about our guys, I'm talking about the CNNs and the MSNBC, the people who are delivering the news directly to our TV sets. The ones that are really, yeah, we get it. Journalism is supposed to be objective, but come on. Their side has Fox. Where's our Fox? Where's our Fox? God damn it. I'm not saying to straight up lie, but I'm saying present facts that are favorable to our side, that are also true. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's a spin. Everybody has the same information. Everyone has the same information. They're just spinning it however the hell they want to spin it. So, these news organizations are kind of failing us in a dramatic way, because they love a good horse race. They love to do things that drive ratings, whether those ratings are, and obviously they want the ratings to go up. They want us to tune in nonstop. They want us to be afraid that that the game is slipping away from us, and we must stay tuned 100%. What's up, Geocosmic Valentine? I see you there. But in the process, they're hyping this. They're hyping this thing up unnecessarily. What the hell is going on with the subpoenas? So today we learned that 5 members of the GOP House were subpoenaed. Kevin McCarthy, Jim Jordan, Andy Biggs. Who's the other? There's 2 other ones. But this is supposed to be significant. Why? Well, it's supposed to be significant because it means that something is happening. It means that some kind of accountability is going to be felt. Mo Brooks, thank you, Veronica Tella, Mo Brooks, and Scott Perry also. And Foxhill Dreams, I see you, my friend. I see you there. It's Foxhill Dreams. Yeah, so it's supposed to mean accountability, but really, at the end of the day, it means nothing because these folks are just going to say, nah, I don't feel like it. And they're just not going to show up. They're not going to show up. And what's going to happen to them for not showing up? Nothing. Oh, wait. It's a criminal referral, right? A criminal referral. I think somebody was already criminally referred. This doesn't mean shit. You know, it's just a whole legal, it's a legal dance, a waltz that allows the clock to be drained. And earlier today I posted a question, why don't we have legislation? Why doesn't Congress create legislation that compels? Hello, Colleen Severance. I see you. I see you there. Why doesn't Congress create legislation that compels people to comply with a subpoena? And if they do not, for you one shot, you get one shot to comply. If you don't comply, your ass is in jail. None of this criminal referral thing. None of these, sternly worded written warnings. None of that bullshit. Straight, your ass straight to jail. Mandatory 2 weeks in jail. Period. No bail. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And you know what? That's not unreasonable. You are a fucking legislator. You're literally supposed to be writing laws. And if the people who write laws cannot be expected to obey the law, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. It's like, what is it like? I was going to say it's like a cop driving up the wrong way of a street, but I see shit like that all the time. I guess they're allowed to do that if they're responding to an emergency. But okay, no, it would be like a cop kicking your door in without any probable cause and slapping you upside the head. Yeah, there's a perfect example. Well, you can't do that. I can do whatever I want. I'm the law. I am the law. Veronica Tella pointing out that a guy won a primary from jail. This whole thing is turning into a massive joke. Massive joke. There's a woman who's running for Senate in Pennsylvania. Kathy, how is her name? Kathy Barnett. Kathy Barnett is running for the GOP nomination for Senate in Pennsylvania. And she is a nutcase. I mean, as far as crazy people go, she's crazy. And she's hateful. She's extra hateful against LGBTQ people. She's hateful. She's just hateful against Muslims. It's horrible. And I'm sorry if I'm coming across doom and gloom, but this is just how I'm feeling right now. Right now, there's some insanity going on here. I feel like maybe Congress has not put their foot on the necks of the people they want they're subpoenaing, because maybe they're concerned that, this is the Congress. There's a certain amount of decorum, and The gentleman from North Carolina will speak next and blah, blah, blah. This is not your grandfather's Congress anymore. This is not your grandfather's Congress. This is Marjorie Taylor Greene's Congress. Like it or not, she's not the leader of Congress, of the House, but she sure as shit is acting like she's the minority leader. She seems to, hey, what's up, Amanda Crawford? There you go. And Tina G is here too. Nice to have you guys here. And see, Johnny Bravo is here. Mia to you, Eddie G, Punxsutawney Mo, everybody's here, everybody. She's not the leader or minority leader, but she still is kind of walking around like she owns the place, and it's frustrating to watch this. Guys, if this was your grandfather's House of Representatives, well, you wouldn't have to go to a criminal referral. You wouldn't have to be debating, will he or won't he respond and comply to this subpoena? You wouldn't have to even question it, because that was, first of all, that was a rare occurrence back in the day, but also storming the Capitol off of a lie, a big election lie, that was a rare occurrence, because that shit didn't happen either. That didn't happen before. It didn't happen when you had like a crazy, strange majority of politicians in one party supporting a lie that the rightfully duly elected president was not duly elected, despite 7 million more popular votes, despite 80 plus electoral votes. You never had that before. So this is not your grandfather's or grandmama's Congress anymore. And you got to start acting like it. You got to start acting like you're dealing with crazy people. You got to start acting like you're dealing with children, unruly children, and tell them what the hell to do. Brass, just like no holds barred, take the kid gloves off, because they're going to run out the clock. And I guarantee you what's going to happen. God forbid. First of all, I think that the GOP has unintentionally handed Democrats a gift. I'm saying gift, and that's a cynical thing to say, but their stance against Roe v. Wade, that shit is going to come back to bite them. I think that is galvanizing. The attack on Roe v. Wade is going to galvanize the Democratic Party in the same way that Vladimir Putin's aggressive behavior towards Ukraine galvanized NATO. We weren't. Hey, Johnny Bravo, thank you, my friend. Thank you for the donation. He says the Democrats need to fight back. Indeed, I agree, Johnny Bravo. Thank you for that. The attack on Roe v. Wade from the right wing galvanized Democrats in the same way that the aggression towards Ukraine by Putin galvanized NATO. Before, we were fractured, we were splintered, we were all over the place, and now NATO is like this, in lockstep with one another. And it's crazy. That's another thing. It's crazy. Putin is blaming Finland for considering joining NATO, when his crazy ass behavior, his untrustworthy behavior, his terroristic behavior would dictate, and any sane people would take steps to protect their citizens from that aggression. They would. You see this guy acting like this with Ukraine, and you right next door. What are you going to do? We'll leave our door unlocked. We're fine. They don't hate us yet. Yeah, so Finland, get your ass in NATO pronto. I know it's a process that takes years, but that damn Alaskan, thank you. My daughter painted this shirt. I was explaining that at the top of the show. There. Yeah. So there's some crazy shit. Crazy shit. And Putin is trying to spin it as though it's Finland's fault. That's like the abuser. That's like that domestic abuser who just finished beating his wife. Punxsutawney Moe says Putin is dying from leukemia. Is that for real? Let me find out. And Fox Hill Dream says she believes Putin is dying and wants to take as many people with him. It's possible. I also heard that he might be dying of cancer. I haven't seen any concrete confirmation on this, and we're probably not going to get it. But people who are close to the situation are saying as much. That damn Alaskan said he doesn't look dead enough for me. I gotta agree with you on that. Hey, Mytal Cabela, you caught this live. Good on you, my friend. Good on you. Yeah, he's blaming Finland the same way the domestic abuser says, "See what you made me do? See what you made me do?" No. And the GOP, it brings me right back to the GOP because they're trying to turn this Roe v. Wade debate into Democrats just want to kill babies. No! Don't nobody want to kill no babies. Nobody wants to kill babies. Monique Lee, oh, thank you, my friend. Thank you so kindly for that donation. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Nobody wants to kill babies. Nobody wants to groom babies either. That's some bullshit. You know, they're taking our Eddie G, thank you, my friend. Thank you. That is super duper kind. Thank you for that. They're trying to twist our intentions into something perverse and something cruel. That cruel is not our game. Cruel is not our game. You know, we're not about grooming. We are, however, about letting children who have two same-sex parents express themselves in class. Let's say, for instance, if there's a discussion about who your parents are in class, you think that doesn't happen? Sure it does. Tell us something about your mommy and daddy. Now, if you have two mommies, you can't talk about your daddy. You can say, oh, but I have two mommies. But with that don't say gay law, those students have to be silent. And how do you think that makes them feel? You think it makes them feel good about themselves? No. It makes them feel unequal. It makes them feel like they don't matter. It makes them feel like they need to be ashamed of themselves for some reason. And you're trying to say that we oppose that don't say gay law because grooming? What kind of bullshit is that? We just don't want you to force kids who either have same-sex parents or who might happen to be gay themselves. I've heard many people say that they knew early on You want them to feel ashamed of themselves? What do you propose to do with those children, those young children, 6, 7? What do you propose to do with them? Shove them in the closet and tell them your feelings don't matter. Your feelings are irrelevant. Your feelings are dirty. I want to hear some politicians who defend that don't say gay law. I want to hear them explain, how do you treat those children in those instances? Because the measure of a society is not how you treat its strongest citizens. It's how you treat its most vulnerable. And we, the Democratic Party, is all about protecting the vulnerable. That's right. They try to turn wokeness into a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. No. We defend marginalized communities, people of color, because you know what? All together, if you took every marginalized, vulnerable community and put them all together, we are no longer a minority. We are a majority. That's who we are. So all that attack on woke, you know what that is? You know what they're trying to do? They're trying to take our strength and turn it into a weakness. I'll admit, you know what? I will admit 100% that there are plenty of instances I have seen where so-called wokeness, it goes a bit too far. I'll give you a perfect example. If you are digging into somebody's social media going back 30 years into their social media, come on, many of us, myself included, were assholes 30 years ago. 30 years ago, I did not have in my brain, 30 years ago would have been in the early 90s. Yeah, I did not have an understanding of the LGBTQ community and their needs and their feelings. I didn't. I had like a caveman. I had a prehistoric understanding of that situation. I thought that they chose. I didn't realize they were born. Like I didn't know that they didn't have a choice. That's just how they were born. That's who they were. I did not know that. And as a result, I was insensitive towards people who I love dearly and care about. And to this day, I wish I could erase those days from my life. I can't. But the best I was able to do was educate myself and be more sensitive. There's nothing wrong with being sensitive. There's nothing wrong with speaking to people the way they deserve to be spoken. Giving respect. Huh? What are you guys, you people on the right, you're so desperate to use that N-word. You're so hungry. You're so thirsty to use the N-word. It just keeps you up at night. And you can't use the N-word because people are so woke. They're going to get all up in their own feeling because you called them the N-word. Dude, that's a hateful word. Just don't use it. Call people properly how they demand to be called. Period. We used to call people handicapped. Now the term is either handicapable or disabled. Is that so hard? Is that so hard? Oh my God, I gotta take 4 extra seconds to think of the correct word. Deal with it. Deal with it. Because things change. 50, 100 years ago, there were no cars. There was horse and buggy on the roads, and there was horse shit everywhere. Now, the world has changed. The world has changed, and so you change along with the world. God damn it. But here's what really gets under my here's what really gets under my here's a good one. Foxtail Dreams asks, how horrible was the word retarded? Guess what? I used to use that word myself. Didn't know. I didn't know back then there was anything wrong with it. Now I know. Now I don't use it anymore. You know what I refer to that as? The R word. That's the R word. And I don't care. You know? Nolan here says, I chose... Oh, God damn. I feel like... I don't know who you are, Nolan. You slipped that one in there. I don't know if he's a troll or not. Don't boot him. Don't boot him yet, you guys. Nolan, just so you know, I have a whole squad. Everybody here is a moderator, right? So just, if you thought this was the place you were going to come and catch wreck, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Being gay is not a choice, as Cha-Cha points out here. Thank you, Cha-Cha. So yeah, but you know what really gets under my skin is people who pronounce the L in salmon. God damn. I was in Petco, and I was waiting to speak to a salesperson, and she was talking to this dude who had a pit bull. And so I'm sitting there patiently waiting, and I hear the guy say out of his mouth, he says, yeah, and so that's when I tried the salmon. He said, I tried the salmon, and I was like, oh, my brother, you took us back 400 years with that shit. You know what's funny? Sinbad, the comedian Sinbad, had once said, black people, we are the only race who, when one of our own people does something embarrassing, like we feel we feel responsible for the whole race. Ness from Connecticut, thank you, my friend. Thank you for that. Salmon. It's horrible. And it's not just salmon. There's other things. Well, okay, so I'm an offender of Wednesday. But the difference is, damn it, I know how to pronounce Wednesday. It's just not as fun. I do that as a goof, but I know it's Wednesday. If I'm talking to somebody, I'm not going to, somebody who doesn't know me, I'm not going to say Wednesday. They're going to be like, what's wrong with you, brother? What's wrong with you? Or Pacific. What do I mean about the word Pacific? There's nothing wrong about the word Pacific as long as you're talking about the ocean. But if you tell me that you need me to be more Pacific when I'm referring to something, you say I need to be more Pacific. Man, don't bring that shit here, brother. No. Or how about if you want to check out a new book, you want to check out a book, and so you're going to go down to the library. Whew. Oh, man. You should not be allowed into public spaces using them words like that. Or we have nuclear versus nuclear. And I mean, it's clearly spelled, it's not spelled nuclear, spelled nuclear. Yeah, those things get me. Smeal J said, bless you. Veronica Tello says, I sit at a Dex. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Oh yeah, Cha-Cha threw up library. Yeah, library. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, here's another one. Aries Wanderer is dropping Illinois. Oh, that's a good one too. That's a good one. Although I will admit that's kind of a tough one. No, it's not. It's Illinois. Punxsutawney Mo wants to ask you a question. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, Luppy Girl is here. What's up, Luppy Girl? Hey, we got news from Foxhill Dreams. Holy shit. Her son is getting married tomorrow. Mañana. Mazel tov to you. Congratulations to your son and his wife-to-be. That is fantastical news. Thank you for sharing that with us, my friend. Let's see. Do I have any more funny ones? Oh, okay. That damn Alaskan is challenging me now. It's Oregon. Right? Oregon? I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. That damn Alaskan. There's that, and there's Nevada. Now, the pronunciation of Nevada, that's difficult. That's difficult. Most people think it's Nevada, but Nevadans say it's Nevada. Nevada. Who am I to argue? They live there. They know how to pronounce it. Cha-cha. Oh, this is a great one. Scrimp. Excuse me. Scrimp. Oh, that one is classic. I love it. Susie Brizuela with the interesting one. Is it coupon, or is it coupon? Coupon or coupon? That is a tricky one. That's a tricky one. Let's see. Maital Cabelli answers the Felitone. Yeah, Melissa McQueen, no, you didn't miss anything on the BDD change of schedule. I did announce a while back that I wasn't going to be doing the show regularly 3 times a week. I'm going to do one solid interview on Wednesday. And if you didn't know already, this coming Wednesday is going to be an interview of God damn it, I announced it last night. What's her name? Shit. My brain is going. Give me a second here. I sure hope she's not watching this right now. Goodness gracious. Sherry Jacobus. Sherry Jacobus. We'll be interviewing her next Wednesday. Eddie G is dropping in with Realtor. Realtor. Yes. And Aries, Aries Wanderer says Arkansas is Arkansas, not Arkansas. Yes, it's a good one. I didn't realize people were calling it that, but I don't doubt you. I don't doubt you on that one there. Okay. Esmila J says aluminum is a fun one. It does depend on your main language. So folks who live in London pronounce it aluminium. Aluminium. I have somebody here called BDD Superfan Did you listen to the last episode of Not a Podcast that discussed this exact same subject with Sam Soder? No. I am unaware of a show called Not a Podcast. This show could be called Not a Podcast because this technically is not yet a podcast. I have not uploaded one single audio file for a podcast yet. I'm working on it. Which, by the way, I don't know if you guys noticed during my interview with Marcus Flowers yesterday, which was a lot of fun, I might add. Marcus Flowers, such a cool brother. I like that. You know how they talk about politicians and they say, "Oh, I can definitely picture having a what do you call it? I can definitely picture having a beer with so and so." I don't drink anymore, but if I did drink, yeah, I could picture myself having a beer with that dude. He's such a cool guy. He's very cool. Anyway, I don't know if you guys noticed, but my show presentation was a little bit off in that I was relying a whole lot less on the visuals. Usually you'll see me throw pictures up that go along with my questions. And I strayed away from that because somebody pointed out to me, I've been asking people for tips on, how I can improve my performance on this show. And one person said, it seems like instead of letting the discussion go where it's going to go organically, it seems like you're kind of chained to the prepared list of questions that you have. And I realized that's because my questions are chained to these pictures. So if I'm going to stay chained to those pictures, then it doesn't allow me to flow where the conversation flows. So I'm probably going to stray a little bit away from those pictures and see how that goes. Rita M says, I should get an invitation from President Biden to the White House. That would be awesome. From your mouth, from your lips to President Biden's ears. Make it happen, my friend. Make it happen. Yeah, Not a Podcast is on the GSN. I don't even know what is the GSN. What is the GSN? What does that stand for? You guys, please, keep in mind, even though I'm on YouTube right now, doesn't mean that I'm a technophile. I'm still kind of a bit of a dinosaur. Still trying to catch up. Eddie G says, Marcus is fine. Marcus is fine. I was working out for most of it. Is he single? Is he attracted to tiny Puerto Ricans? I believe he's married with kids. But see, Eddie G, I don't know if you were watching the live yesterday. You could have asked him that question. I would have thrown it up there. It's GSN is Gay Sex Network. It's an LGBT plus network. Thank you. I did not know that. Thank you for that. Okay. Aries says she likes these night shows because that's when she's not busy cooking dinner. Good to know that. Rita M says, I've been following you since 2017. Do you remember your followers or not many? I do my damnedest to make a connection with as many people as possible. And it's tough because people often will change their profile pictures and they'll change their display names and, but like most of the folks in here, like we family in here. The folks who here, they ride or die. They've been with me for the past 2 years when this show was rough. It's still rough. still trying to figure this shit out. Okay, what else did I want to say? That's pretty much it. Yeah, that show, by the way, Lost City that I was talking about before, it's very cute. Very, very cute, very entertaining. And I'm not a big, of course, I remember you, Samantha Hawkins. Samantha, I thought you were going to show up. I don't know why. I didn't talk to you about that that Don Winslow show, but for some reason I thought you were going to show up to that book signing the other day. That would have been fun. And that's my bad. I should have probably tried to coordinate something with you. That would have been huge fun. But yeah, at some point we will all get together, a big get together thing here. Melissa McQueen says, I remember your first day live after you left your last job. Yeah, that was the first day of Storytime. It was a Saturday. Literally, I broadcast this show from off of my phone. Wifey was holding the phone and filming me. And maybe 10 minutes after I finished reading a few pages to you guys, that's when my former boss called me, and that was that, and said, don't come in. You got no job. You're fired. And you know what? That was probably a good thing. It's probably a good thing, because I was miserable. I would have still been, if I hadn't gotten fired, I would have still been miserable as hell in that job. Now, I'd have more money. Excuse me. And more money is a good thing to have. But, I think when you weigh it against your happiness quotient, it does make a difference. Oh boy, I was miserable and overworked. So yeah, I'm glad. Cha-Cha, my friend, thank you so much. Thank you for the kind donation from you. Mrs. Mia to you says, she says, I remember that too. You have come a long way, BDD. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for that. Let's see, we got Jermaine Vincent. Says he is a black lawyer in Chicago. Can you shout out me and my cousin's law firm? It's called Wigga Law Firm. I'm not sure if you are clowning me. Are you clowning me, brother? Because I see a picture that does not square up with who you are representing yourself as. But okay. There you go. Let's see. Veronica Tello wants to know. And Eddie G, my friend, thank you. Thank you for the kind donation. Thank you. Veronica Tello says, can we try and get statehood for DC and PR? So, in order for us to do that, we have to expand the Senate majority. Period. Because when the chips are down, Joe Manchin, who is a son of a bitch, Joe Manchin, who voted with Republicans against the Women's Health Act. What a motherfucker. So we have to be able to navigate around him, which means we need 2, preferably 3 or 4. Sounds like a tall order. 3 or 4. Let's say 3. Let's say 3 more seats so that we can ignore Manchin and Sinema. Just pretty much accept that we cannot count on those 2, except that those 2 are Republicans. Let's do that. I'd be shocked. Frankly, I will be shocked if Joe Manchin does not convert to the GOP. I'll be shocked, frankly. Why does he even remain? Why does he stay a Democrat? He's owned by big oil, by big coal, big pharma. He's got a yacht. He's got a Maserati. He's bought and paid for. Here's another one. Will Biden stack the courts? No, he will not. Guarantee you. In order for us to quote unquote stack the courts, we need a new president. Simple as that. He won't. He will not. Guarantee you. I'll bet money on that. I'll bet good money. He will not try to stack the courts. No. He said that he's appointing some commission to study the negative, positive effects, blah, blah, blah. He's not that's just kicking the can down the road. That's lip service. It is what it is. I'm telling you. He's old school. He still believes that there's some bipartisanship is possible in Congress. He believes that. And if you believe that, then you're naive or you're a fool. I don't think he's a fool, but I think he is naive. I think I think he believes that this is still your grandmama's Congress. It's not. Let's see. I'm looking for that lawyer. After I asked about after I gave him a shout out, I didn't say nothing else. Look at this. BDD, I remember before you started on Twitter, you were at a Brooklyn pizzeria with your handsome son. Yeah. We were frequently at Brooklyn pizzerias because Brooklyn has the best pizza. What can I say? Hey, that's where we went for our movies. And now he's no longer a child. He's got his own apartment, working for a science pharmaceutical company as a scientist. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see that dude anymore. That must have been a troll. How sad. You see that? You messed it up for the other people behind you. You're gonna make me leery. Oh, Amanda Crawford says blocked. It was a troll. Thank you for that. Thank you. Speaking of Amanda Crawford, she says, if one person has the power to stop something in the Senate, then they should have to talk for 24 hours straight on why they are stopping a bill. I think the filibuster needs to end. 1,000 billion% agree with you there. Case in point, Rand Paul. Rand Paul was the only person who has stopped the $40 billion aid to Ukraine. Just that one guy. It's a shame. Oh, here we got some help from Eddie G. Says, yo, Benachis. Like this live. Yes, thank you. That lawyer was a troll. Okay. You see that I was here talking about Joe Biden being naive. I'm naive at times when it comes to this show here. You know what? I would like to occasionally have discourse with people on the other side, but they have to. There's a lot of caveats to that. They have to not be an asshole. If you want to have a respectful debate, let's do that. But, or respectful exchange of ideas. I'm well open for that. But if you just want to come here and just try to shit on me, bro, this is my show. I don't have to let you talk. I don't have to hand you the mic. You can hit the bricks, son. But yeah. Rand went to Russia on the 4th of July, says Asmila J. Melissa McQueen says, I hate our politics. Sometimes I feel like that too. I think the beginning of this impromptu session was that vibe where I was talking about how, we are failing to get the message out there about the greed, how inflation, the cost of gas, for instance, is more a result of the greed of these oil and gas companies as opposed to anything that President Biden has the ability to do. He doesn't have the ability to raise gas prices or even lower gas prices. He doesn't. He could maybe lower them a fraction by passing a gas tax, but even that, he can't do that unilaterally by himself. He needs Congress for shit like that. And the whole thing with subpoenas, I feel like Democrats have to realize that that this GOP is savage. You're savage, and stop treating them like they are decent people. They are not. They have no good intentions. No good intentions. Their best intentions are to raise taxes on the poor and to eliminate Social Security and Medicare. We could run on just that, even without the Roe v. Wade stuff. We could run on just that. Hammer that point. Hammer it. I'm gonna tweet about that at least once per day. Once per day. We have a question here. Who is tickling testes? Here's a comment from Tickling Testes. Oil execs' greed is eliminating my need for speed. I'm not sure who that is. Would you care to speak up on your own behalf, Tickling Testes? You got the whole. You have the floor. Aries Wanderer says they want to end Medicare and Social Security for us, but not for themselves. That's right. How do their own voters even support these things? They don't know, because Fox News isn't talking it up. And when people like Rick Scott or Marco Rubio or any of them are questioned about this, they say, "Oh, nonsense! That's not what it is. You're taking it out of context." But no, we're not taking shit out of context. That shit is on paper. It's just in writing. There's nothing being taken out of context. You're just trying to Jedi mind trick everybody. That's what it is. Amanda Crawford says, former GOP need to come clean on the Dems are going to take your guns lie. There are a ton of single issue voters that vote against their best interest because they believe the lie. So these are some of the things I'm going to ask Sherry Jacobus about. And those of you who are not familiar with her, she is a never Trumper. She is a former, is she still a Republican? I got to ask her that, if she's still a Republican. It seems weird that somebody could change from the Republican Party to the Democratic Party, but we've seen it happen. Trump successfully converted a lot of people from the GOP to the Democratic Party. And we do have, the Democratic Party has a big tent, and that's part of the reason why I think that was Melissa McQueen Was that you, Melissa McQueen, who said you hate our politics sometimes, the Democratic politics? Part of the reason why our Democratic politics are so frustrating is because we have a big, massive tent. And in wanting to appeal to everyone, we end up appealing to no one. Yeah, I think the Democratic Party needs to do more for black voters, first and foremost. More for black voters, because we show up every fucking election. We show up, especially the backbone of the Democratic Party is black women. It's black women. Show up every time, no questions asked. No questions. There's probably no more reliable voting bloc in America than black women. So we need to get some people out there asking black women, what can the Democratic Party do for you? And then don't just do lip service, deliver something. Latino voter outreach needs to happen. Latino voters. It is the biggest growing demographic in the country right now. I don't know if you guys realize it. They're growing quickly. And if we lose out on outreach to that community, we're screwed. We're screwed. And we shouldn't be screwed, because things we represent should be able to help the Latino community. And most importantly, I think the most important thing is that we need to shift our focus away from national and federal races and start doing what we're so far behind in the local politics game. Local politics, state boards and school boards and shit like that. That stuff matters. We need to invest time and resources into building up that ground game. Gotta build it up. We are like way behind. The GOP has had the benefit of having quite a few billionaires, like the Koch brothers helped build up. A lot of their money went into the local races. And we slept on that. Dun, 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 dun. Have we determined who tickling testes is? Tickling testes says, I like to put around in my Yaris. The greedy oil executives are taking away one of my joys in life. Seems harmless, you guys. it's just somebody who is feeling a little goofy late at night, and I'm fine with that. Marsupial Jackson. This also seems like a bit of a clown around, but it says, settle a debate between me and my GF, I believe that's girlfriend. Should one air fry a hot dog? No, you should eat it raw. Let's see. Dun, dun, da, da, da. So I see a comment here by Bert Grimm saying that it's his position that all women should not be allowed to vote. So that right there, that gets you booted. That gets you booted from the show. And look at that. I tried to block you, but somebody already beat me to it because I have the best moderators in this show. create a letter of steam on your live events is really helpful. I'm not sure what you're saying, Melissa McQueen here. I think you might have mistyped here. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, you guys. So that's pretty much all I had to say. I just had some random thoughts on my brain, and I wanted to reach out to you and share those thoughts with you. If you have any questions for Sherry Jacobus, who, as I said, is not only is she a never Trumper, she's also a cancer survivor. She just recently went through a bout with cancer. It was very serious. People had a GoFundMe organized for her, and they were successfully raised money, to help her through that stretch. So she survived clearly, and she's doing well now. So, if you guys have any questions, DM them to me, and I will get them in. So this one with her is actually going to be a pre-recorded one. I'm going to interview her on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday we will watch the live stream together. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Late Night with BDD, and I thank you for joining me yet again. And I look forward to seeing you guys at the next show, which will be Wednesday. Not the same time, but usual time, usual place. I love you all. Peace. We got an aside for Pennsylvania. Go Pens. Go Pens. Mrs. Mia, to you, I am so sorry to hear about your mother-in-law in January. She lost her battle with cancer. I'm very sorry to hear that. Veronica Tello, thank you, my friend. Thank you very much for the kind donation. Thank you for that. We got a Rangers fan. Oh, wait, no. She's saying bye, Rangers. How dare you? Amanda Crawford wants me to ask about the gun lie because most people here in Arkansas believe that gun lie. Oh, okay. Yeah. You mean to ask Sherry about the gun lie? Yeah. That's something that has survived for... You mean the one where they say Democrats are going to take your guns? Yeah. I mean, before Joe Biden, Obama was the biggest liberal of all time, and he didn't take anybody's guns. So, yeah, that's a good one. Oh, there's another one. Punxsutawney Mo, please message me that one. Message me that. That's a good one. All right, you guys. I love you all, but I can't stay, and neither can you. You need to leave.